couples get mad and start like, sleeping separate apart just because the husband said something like, oh, you should dress up a little bit. Oh, you should lose some weight, and then you guys take it to the point where, oh, he hates me or whatever. No, he doesn't hate you. Why can't your man tell you to work out? Why can't your man tell you to change certain ways? Why can't you tell your man to work on certain things? You guys, if you guys care about each other, there is nothing wrong to be open and honest with one another, to work it out.
Hey guys,
Hi.
welcome back to another episode of His and Hers.
Yes.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. And as always, please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel, guys.
Yes.
Like we're saying, let's try to get to 1,000. Probably by summertime would be awesome.
Yes.
Like I said, we got more in store for you guys this coming up year. Hopefully get different content, a different studio.
Yep.
Hopefully bring on some guests from you guys around that time. Guys, while you're here, go check out our channel over on TikTok at His and Hers YT. We're still kind of constantly post short clips over there, so please check that out. Turn on the notification bell so that way you're notified of new content.
Yep.
Comment. We love all the comments, positive or negative, guys.
Yep.
And then please share, right? Because we got to, obviously push the truth out there, debunk the lies, right? So just keep pushing it out there. All right, guys. Today, we're going to be doing another reactionary video, honey.
You got that smile, honey.
Yeah, and it's a reactionary video that I kind of want to, I think it's kind of a trending topic, if you, for lack of better words, if you want to call it that. But I think it's, I told you this year, right?
What?
2022, women, the modern woman, you need to change, right? Like we need to kill this whole feminist ideology that's been tainting, permeating within our society, right? Causing all these issues within the men and women's relationship, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
If you
so
don't want to live by yourself and be cat woman, dog woman, or pet woman, whatever you want to call it. And, we don't want the guys to be the same way. We need each other, so to make it a better place.
yes, and so it's just about exposing the truth. I get it. It's going to be a tough one, ladies, right? You guys sometimes don't want to hear the truth because you guys are all in your emotions, but it's the reality, and men have already kind of shown you guys these are the decisions we make because of that, right?
Yep.
So we're going to be reacting a video today, honey, from FreshandFit again. And the title of the video is it possible for women to change themselves after effing up? All right, guys, I don't, you know what the word effing means, right? Okay. And so, like I said,
say yes.
Okay.
I say they can get better.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get your values up a little bit more. I mean, if you were promiscuous, then stop. Like, stop doing that. Value yourself a little bit more. Don't be just, giving it to every guy. If you're, if you are big, whatever else, or you don't like certain things about yourself or want to change certain, do it. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can, change yourself just a little bit. Life isn't perfect. We're not perfect people, but if you want to improve, you want to, get to know other people, you want to just, go out there, get to know people, but doesn't mean you have to sleep with them. Just like men, you don't ask a woman to sleep with you just on a first date or whatever else if you're not even going to put a ring on her finger. That's basically what we're trying to say.
No, I mean, I'm not saying that. That's what my wife's initial reaction. And I love her initial reactions because obviously she can kind of put a different view on it than I. We don't have to be in our own kind of little bubble, guys, right? In our own little think tanks, right? Where, my ideology, or although this is the truth, right? But I'm saying my perception of the truth, right, is different, can be different than hers.
Yeah.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, though, the truth is the truth, right? And so my wife's saying that you can change, right? I agree with you to a certain extent.
Yeah, I changed it a little bit. I mean, that's not saying like craziness. You know?
But we conflate things. So let's get into the video because I don't want to like obviously go too far without getting into the video. So let's get into the video first, and then I'll break it down.
Okay.
What my thoughts are. Okay. Let's begin,
that's what
guys.
my thoughts.
Table on this, and I want to get the ladies' opinions. I kind of have an idea of what's going to be said here, but I always want you guys to prove me wrong instead of me making assumptions. Do you ladies think?
Myron.
No, we're going to start here. You ladies think a woman can erase her past? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
And then hold on.
We'll start here.
We'll start here, and then and then I'll let you guys elaborate on each one.
Absolutely.
Okay. And,
I mean, I
why
feel
so?
like
Merch.
as long as if we're talking
Merch.
like at erasing, like when you're coming into relationships, I feel like it's always so important to just be honest with that person. Like, hey, I was this, I did this. You're gonna hear about this, and these are the rumors. This is what that's true, what's not true, and you accept me like that, or you don't.
Yep.
And that's it. You can't completely erase.
Okay, guys, real quick, right? I love how women, they have this double standard. Okay, so for example, if you guys watch the show as much as I do, if you guys are in the RP community as much as I do, right? Women will always say, guys, tell me the truth, right? Like, if you're going to cheat on me in the beginning, just let me know that you're going to cheat on me, right? Which, guys, we all know it's freaking cap, right? Because women can't handle the truth. If you tell them that, they're going to be like, screw you, you know, you cheated on me. I'm going to freaking bounce on you. Women just wants to reserve when they're lying to you because all they want to do is they want to reserve the right to, unfortunately, disqualify you or break up with you and then blame you and say, oh, he cheated on me, right? And so that's why women want men to be honest. But I love now how this woman right here, now she's saying, well, after I effed up, after, you know, I've been a 304, after I've done all these bad things, you know, and just lived my freaking hot girl summer, right? Now I'm honest with you. I'm telling you how many bodies I have, how many people I've slept with, you know, all the mistakes I've done in the past. So you should accept me for who I am.
No, I think like men, like, say if she wants a high value man, I don't think he'll take her anyways. Or other men, most men, if you tell them those things and body counts and stuff, like, oh my God, I've slept with 20, 30, 40 people. You think that guy's going to take you serious? No.
Well,
he's going to want to sleep with you. He's going to want to lust you, but he's not going to want to marry you.
Let's continue this conversation, honey. I don't want to like take too long on this first point, but you talked about some key things there, guys, that we got to separate. And this is the problem. We conflate things, and females especially conflate things, right? So you're right. When she's saying this, there's going to be no high-value man that's going to take her seriously.
Well, that's what
Ladies,
I said.
You cannot expect someone that has gained status as a high-value man, guys. And just to repeat, a high-value man in our channel's criteria, right, is not only your finances are strong, not only is it you've been doing this for a long time, in essence, Kevin Samuels metrics, right? But our values is also fitness. You have to have a decent level, high level of fitness. And of course, you also have some type of status, some type of fame, right? It doesn't have to be worldwide, but it has to be at least within your industry, within your circle, within your group of friends, within your family, within that area of which you obviously can have these relationships, right? And 100%, any man that has all three of those value high and is also on the purpose of the truth, meaning that he's looking out for the better interest of his kids and the best outcome, right? And his legacy, he is not going to accept a woman that has made these mistakes in her past. Okay?
Well, think about it. They would be smart, honey. They would be smart, especially if you're a high-value man. Trust me, you think he's just going to accept your word? He's going to do a background check on you. You know?
But before, you're 100% correct. But
I would think so. I mean,
ladies, I think I need to stick to this point. I need to break it down for you guys. Maybe you guys have watched these channels and maybe they haven't explained it as well enough to you ladies out there. But ladies, I'm going to break it down to you guys right now why a high value man with all those high values do not want to invest in you. Okay? So first things first, right?
Yep.
We'll just attack the elephant in the room, right? It's your fidelity. A high body count signifies mileage on a vehicle, signifies your value. Think of your fidelity as a value that was at birth, right? Before you had your first sexual intercourse, right? You're a virgin. Think of it as you're this much money. I'll say you were a billionaire, right? You got $1 billion, right? Every time you sleep with somebody, you're literally giving up millions of dollars, right? You're giving up a substantial amount of that initial value that you were born with, right? And so you can think about it as your value is significantly going down every time you sleep with a man, okay? And that's just the truth. This is how men look at it, right? And so a high value man who has worked his butt off, right, to obtain to be the top 5%, the top 1% of men, right? He's proportionally going inverse of what you're doing. So if you become a hoe, a 304, and you keep going down in value, and this high value man is going up in value, you can see now where the market doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Right? He's worth this much. Your value is worth this much.
Yep.
It doesn't align.
No.
It doesn't matter what you do. It'll never align. You cannot, like my wife said, there's no reborn virgins. There's no reborn coochie.
And I don't remember. Yeah.
Right? So
I don't like the word reborn.
Yeah. So
virgin.
that therein lies. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just that fidelity value. Okay. And once again, it's biology, guys. It's because one, it obviously ensures your paternity, right? If he knows that you're obviously promiscuous, we don't know if it's our child. So there's just this biological trait, right? And then just like how you want a man that is ambitious, right? A promiscuous woman, it's not that it's one thing that you have this high mileage because of all this high body count, but it's the traits. It's the traits that made you sleep with all these men and be a 304. That is the turnoff, right? Because your promiscuity, it pretty much means that you have this, unfortunately, traits that are tending to be hoish.
Well, because your eyes are going to wander. You're going to be flirting with a lot of other people. You're not going to care. Well, take about Jeff Bezos right there,
Correct.
And you can't tell us like, oh my God, I know some stars and whatever else, they've had kids and they've been around. They got themselves a nice man. Okay, we know who, but you can't say that,
But it doesn't work out.
It doesn't. You're like talking the like one point.
No, but it still doesn't even work out. It still doesn't work. You guys notice that
know?
even those ladies, right?
Yeah.
We can talk about freaking Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. You can talk about Kanye West and Kim Kardashian.
Yep.
You can talk about
J-Lo.
freaking J-Lo and all her freaking boyfriends and husbands.
Yep.
At the end of the day, it doesn't work out.
Yep.
Right? So then, without getting too into it, let's these women that are having these tendencies that have effed up in their past, they need to settle.
Yes.
But this is the problem with the modern woman. They do not want to settle.
Well, because they think that, even though with all the mileage and all the things that they've, did to themselves, that it's okay to turn, to think of themselves as reborn virgin. I'm telling you, there's not a reborn virgin, ladies.
Yeah.
And
like I said,
you can't go back being an infant. How about just say that?
Yeah.
You can't turn back to be an infant again or a toddler or whatever else. You
won't, ladies, it's 2022. This year's the year.
Yeah.
You are never going to change men's minds about this, right? So if you effed up, there's only going to be two things that you're going to have to settle with, okay? And I'll give you some hints right now. One, you're going to have to settle for a lesser man. That's just the truth, because a lesser man will take you. Look at freaking Mia Khalifa. Look at freaking, all these prawn stars, right?
Yeah.
Riley Reid, right? Go research them. Who do they date and who do they marry? Some no-name beta dude, right? Afterwards. That's the only person that's going to accept him. And even then, their marriages have failed.
Yeah.
Right? Even then, they're like, no, even that low-value man is like, no, I cannot put up with this woman being banged this many times on camera or freaking just her history. Yeah. Okay? So that's number one. But you can possibly make it work is what I'm trying to say, right? Is if you settle and make it a lower value man. The other thing you can expect, and this is just true, is like my wife was saying earlier. You can get with a high value man, but he's just going to use you.
Yeah.
He's just going to be like your mistress.
You're behind.
Like
you're behind the scene. You can't complain about it. You want to sleep with a high value man, but he's not going to value you. You're not going to be walking the.
You're not going to be the wife, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But you can be the mistress. He'll spend money on you. He's gonna freaking quote unquote, if you like to, he's gonna trade his resources for your resources, right? He might buy you nice things. He might buy you a nice car. Shoot, some of them are so rich they might buy you a house. But
some do.
But don't ever think of that you're gonna be the number one chick.
You're not gonna be the person he's gonna put, taking to functions with him or say, this is my wife,
I want to make this clear for ladies because every lady thinks they're the exception to the rule. Every lady thinks they're going to be Kim Kardashian, right?
Yeah.
But even look at Kim Kardashian. She's divorced now to her husband.
Yeah, and look who she's dating right now.
Exactly.
Okay? Does it look like she's even improving? No, she isn't. And trust me, I don't think they're even going to last because she doesn't even look like she's that happy with him either. Supposedly the media is making it look like Kim is happy, but I don't think she's truly deeply
No, she's not happy.
Because first of all, his image, okay, yes, he's, he's there, a singer, whatever else, doing thing. But,
Who, Pete Davidson or
but
or
look
Kanye?
at him. No, I'm just saying.
No,
but
ladies.
Look, they don't even match.
Ladies.
They don't.
I'll tell you right now why Kim lost, right?
Yeah.
Because you guys keep saying, well, she found another man.
No.
She found an insignificant man. She found a lower value man, right? The only way you guys, once again, I'm going to repeat this. The only way you guys can be queens is if a king crowns you.
Yep.
And Pete Davidson is nowhere near a king,
No.
okay? No one here, I don't care, man or woman, is going to claim that Pete Davidson is a king.
Yeah.
And so because of that, Kim is not validated.
Oh, trust me. I don't see no walking down the aisle. I don't see anything. I don't see that.
My point is his value is not high enough to give her that status that she needs, that she wants, that validation that she wants. I mean, like, I'm not going to cap to you guys, right? I don't lie to you guys on this channel, right? I gave our last video we shot about Russell Wilson being a simp. I gave what's her name, Sierra, the title of queen because a man of Russell Wilson's caliber crowned her. And they have kids together. And so far, I'm not saying long term, but so far, she's doing what she needs to do, and he's doing what he needs to do. They're taking care of their kids. They're going down the right path in terms of like
doing business together,
doing
writing a
business,
book, whatever.
right? Being more mainstream appeal, right? Being kings and queens, right? And so she's rightfully crowned a queen because she has a man of king value crowning her.
Yeah.
Kim went backwards.
No.
Right? So that's why she lost.
Yeah.
Okay?
Not trying to be mean to Kim or anything.
But you can erase it within yourself, with your life, with you, with your future, obviously. But that's my answer.
Okay.
Dollface.
No, I don't think you could erase your past. You could definitely grow from your past.
I like Dollface.
My advice
she keeps it real.
like,
for sure.
From what you've been through, like with that clout world, you're gonna have to cut off that whole world completely. Like, just chop that whole part of your life off, friends, associates, whoever, and just turn a new leaf, turn a new page. You can't erase it, but you're gonna just have to just basically burn that bridge on that side to start a new leaf, because anybody associated with that past is going to draw you in. We're only 6 degrees of separation. So somebody is going to draw you in, your dream guy, and they're going to know about your past. You're going to have to do a whole new path. People, like, you know how certain people like certain things, so you're going to have to just do a whole new path on the other side, basically.
So you think that it can be done? It's just that the person, they gotta it can't be erased, but the best way to mitigate damage is to essentially cut off all the people from that prior.
Right.
Go somewhere else.
All right.
Yeah.
What about you?
Okay.
I don't think you can erase your past.
Let's touch on that real quick. I think because, like I said, I like Dollface. She keeps it real, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's 100%, right? You cannot erase your past.
Nope.
Men and women can't erase their past, right? Imagine if I told you guys, hey, I've been a fuck up my whole life. All right. I haven't done anything. I haven't gained any money. I haven't worked at all. I haven't built any credit history. Right. I haven't freaking gotten any resources. I haven't gotten any assets. But yet I go to the bank and I tell them, hey, I want a freaking $1 million loan.
No.
They're going to look at my past.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, hey, so what's your work history?
Nothing.
What assets do you have? What liabilities do you have? What's your credit score?
You know, when you
Right?
go borrow things or try to buy things, they have to look it up.
The
right?
point is your value is based upon your history. Right? Well, let me repeat that again, ladies. Your value is based upon your history.
Yep.
Right? That's all we can go off of. We can't assume what you're going to be like in the future.
Yep.
Right?
And especially you're on social media, you're on, say, Facebook, Twitter, whatever else. You think these guys can't research you? Or
Yeah,
just,
especially in this day and age
come
with
on.
online.
You can't
like,
totally erase it
every
unless, like,
picture, every post, it's always there. You're never going to erase it.
yeah, unless you're on,
never
like,
going to delete it.
FBI protection or something, and they,
Yeah.
made a new, type what is it called, alias for you or
But
whatever else,
even
and
then-
then still, even
yeah,
then,
if someone researched their
unless
photo,
you're gonna unless you're gonna like change your face
your
and do
face,
the whole
yeah.
thing and get a whole new identity, that's the only way. But if not, there's no way. If you're on social media and stuff, trust me, they're gonna dig into you.
yeah.
Okay, so
And that's the thing, ladies. You gotta understand that is what men are gonna judge you on. So look at it like, I hate how women says, "Oh, well, what you think like of me as like a job, or I'm like I have to like come to you like I'm applying for a job." Yes.
yeah, you
Just
are.
like I'm applying for you as a job. Like, can I take care of you? Can I provide for you? Am I willing to die for you? Right?
Well, think about it, women. When you ask a man, "What do you do?" Okay, even the small little talks. What do you do? How much do you make for a living? I mean, why would you ask those things? Because you want to know what he does.
Yeah. How many kids do you want?
You ask about all that stuff, don't you? And then you're like, oh, okay. Us women, we brush it off, right? Oh, so how many people like you've dated? Because then you want to know if he slept with them. How many? Yeah. Why do you? If you don't care, then why you need to ask those questions? If you don't care what he makes, you don't care if he, if you only love him for him, then you don't care. Then why you ask all those questions? Yeah. Because we still want to know. It's just a normal thing. Whether the man asks the question, both parties we want to know those things. Yep.
Correct.
So.
But you can change, be a better person, do different, move to a different country.
I like that
some
one.
New shit.
Wait, that's smart.
All right. And then you had something, right? Go ahead.
Me?
No, yeah, because Selena.
Okay, so
Can she erase her past? Or can a woman, or in general, not just Selena, can a woman in general erase her past?
For me, absolutely. I come from a very, very small town. Like, where y'all think I'm from? Just to guess.
Arkansas.
Minnesota.
Kentucky.
Keep going.
Ohio.
Idaho.
Akron or something.
Keep going.
I think it's Now continue. Go ahead.
Iowa.
Where the fuck is Iowa?
Exactly.
If you're in social media, trust me.
My point is
they're gonna find out.
I grew up with like a very, very interesting upbringing. And then I moved away when I was 19. And what happened for me is I was able to recreate myself. It didn't matter what my past was because all these people knew were what was right in front of them.
Real quick, before I let her finish, dude, her past shows on her right now, ladies. She doesn't think her past shows on her, but her past shows on her right now. The long nails, the tattoos, the way you talk.
Yeah.
Right. Just I can see I can hear the argumentative in her voice. Men can pick up on these. Yeah, we're freaking naive and dumb sometimes.
And women can pick up even more.
Yeah, you women women can pick up the signs more than we can.
me.
But even me as a man, I can pick up like, dude, this chick is gonna be giving me trouble. Like, yeah, I want to freaking bang her, but besides that, like, I can already see her being like.
Just say,
ladies with this type
wife.
of image and with this type of, I can see just in this instant like attitude, like they're just gonna bring drama to your life. And a high value man, guys, like
they
one
don't
thing,
want drama.
yeah, we have too much stuff that's important to us to want liabilities.
Yep.
We know about like what is an asset and what's a liability. That's why we become high value.
Yep.
We don't want to take on more liabilities.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can just like sense them from her already. So she, even though in her crazy mind, she thinks she's hid her past. This is the problem with ladies who have a history. Ladies that have a past. Skeletons in the closet. What you guys don't realize is just as a man who is ambitious and works hard at becoming who he is now, that past made him who he is.
Yeah.
You guys too. Your past makes you who you are, and so now you guys, unfortunately, subconsciously wear it on your sleeve, and you can just see by how these women act, dress, appear, talk, their tone of their voice.
Well, you guys vote on that. You guys look at the panel. How many of you men make comments would marry half of these women?
Well, I'm just saying you can spot it right away.
Well, I'm just saying I'm gonna let them decide, and you guys make comments.
Yeah, you guys.
How many men would marry half of these women on the panel?
Correct.
So I really am like a firm believer in living in the now, not the past, not the future.
No
in believing
accountability.
and asking and being grateful for what you want right now, and just forgetting about what has happened to you, because it's only taught you something that you can use in the future. That's my perspective.
Okay.
But
I love that.
but honestly, like, yeah, it does define you, but I don't think that it can define your future if you don't let it, honestly.
Okay.
That's my perspective.
What about you?
Well,
Akuma.
Beautiful, Akuma.
Thank you. So, can a woman erase her past? The obvious answer here is no. I'm experiencing my own situation here. Your past is pretty much your foundation. That's what you build on. So what I do think you can build on your past. I'm experiencing it in my own personal life where, like back in the days, I was rowdy, like, I was fighting all the time, and I have so much followers because it was always drama and all of that. So now when they see that I'm trying to do different things, I'm trying to do a podcast, going back to school, and I'm becoming more calmer.
They
It's
throw it in
like,
your face.
right. And it's like all these people, they're following me. I have a lot of followers, but no one is actually interacting because they're probably looking at me like, oh, Mrs. Cap, it's it. Like, that's all Cap. But I'm growing from it. But they know me as this person that's always rowdy, always trying to fight, loud and all of that. And I'm becoming more calmer.
Okay, guys, that was the end of the video. And that last lady is like 100%. And so, like, now she's kind of like, you notice too, notice that all the older ladies, and the reason why this conversation even started, guys, is to give you guys some backstory. And for my wife, because I've seen this whole video, is because this lady in the middle, Selena Powell, that's wearing the see-through shirt, unfortunately, obviously you can see that her past still defines her, right? So she's regretting her past choices now. Because now she can't secure a high-value man.
Yep.
All the high-value men around her look at her as freaking literally toxic, right?
Yeah.
Like literally like freaking kryptonite to Superman. Like, I don't even want to touch her with a 10-foot pole because she's done all these bad, improper things in the past.
Oh, yeah.
And so now she's regretting it. Now she's starting to see, like, I don't have the options like I used to. And even when I thought I had the options, they weren't really options because dudes just wanted to bang me. They weren't willing to commit to me. So
I'm trying to tell you, women, okay? A man doesn't own you or claim you unless he's walking down the aisle and put a ring on your finger. He hasn't put a ring on your finger. Sorry, guys. It's not going to happen. You can't force someone, especially a man, to put a ring on your finger.
And that's
because it's never going to work. It's not going to work out.
And guys, we take it further here. Like, I want to make sure that you guys understand we separate that even more because the ring on the finger, yes, is just the first prerequisite measurement.
That's why I said walk down the aisle.
No, I take it further. Like I've said, our channel take it further. It's about having kids with you and actually fulfilling his duty until the end so that way your kids and you have the best outcome. The family unit has the whole best outcome. Because I want to make sure we keep that distinct with our channel because we talk about sexless marriage all the time, right? We talk about, the husband and the wife letting themselves go, right? We talk about, okay, the kids are, they're still together, but the kids, they're rowdy kids or you don't let the kids do what they need to do. The best outcome is everything. It has to be the full lifetime of your life, right?
Yep.
The whole commitment.
Well, that's why we
so
say,
to me, I say if a man isn't doing that for a lady, just like that's why I say Kanye and Kim is a failure, right? That's why we could say things like that because they got married, they had kids, it was doing okay, but because of Kim's past, guys, and we'll touch another video. I think we should go touch on the video about Kim and Kanye because that's exactly why it failed because her promiscuous past, unfortunately, defined who she is and made her who she is. And she never was able to kind of step past that. And Kanye thought he could turn a hoe into a housewife. All right? Don't take my words for it, but watch the last recent video postings online about how like he was trying to get her to change her clothes, get her not to post so much on social media, act more motherly, right? But she didn't want to do any of that stuff. And so she thought he was too controlling. So she left him because he was trying to change her.
Well, now look what she got.
Right? Exactly.
Pete isn't any better than Kanye.
No, Pete is.
Come on,
man.
No.
Really?
I'm sorry, Pete, but you look like you're sick or high all the time, dude.
Yeah, no, he
I don't know.
He has issues.
Yeah, no,
And-
he did. He said
you know.
depression issues and all that stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
And I don't understand these stars. What is it that you got to be depressed about? Dude, you got so much money and all this stuff. What is it you guys got to be depressed about?
Oh, that's a whole nother topic, guys.
I'm just saying.
My point is he's
I don't
not
know.
a high value man.
Yeah.
And so Kim is a failure because, ladies, like my wife was saying, if you can't secure a high value man, have him put his ring, the ring on your finger, have him commit to you for the whole life with your
Walk
kids
down the
and
aisle.
everything, right? You can't maintain that for over the life and keep that family unit strong. You failed.
Yep. It's not going to happen.
And don't get me wrong, guys, like, this is ladies' fault. Like, I'm blaming Kim on that one, and I'm blaming most modern ladies because you guys, 80%, right? We talk about 80%. You guys are the ones
85
that
or
quit.
so.
Yeah, divorce, right? I say, obviously, the man's too, right? Because Kanye, don't get me wrong, he could still, like, obviously go find another woman and still have another kids from there. But at the end of the day, he couldn't keep his family unit together either.
Yeah.
Right? But that's his fault for choosing a 304. You should have chose Kim to begin with.
Hey, but
Right?
you know what? You men just love all that other luscious stuff, but then you can't even control it. And then you guys, later on, like, oh, it didn't work out. Well, why? You would think, like, you're like, oh my God, she has the money, she has the clout, she's got the fame. And why can't you guys still
But this
be
is
together?
why the
So, I don't
RP
know.
community is blowing up, guys. This is why channels like us are like spreading the truth because this truth is so important to a man that you guys have to understand these things before you guys jump into a situation like that and let it ruin your life.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Because that's the truth. If you guys, the later you discover this as a man, man, think about it. How many men have been bamboozled? How many men have been finessed?
Same thing too.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Women
Stop sleeping with everybody.
I get it. We'll talk about how women and men, unfortunately, in terms of how reality smacks them in the face.
I'm just saying, women
but
shouldn't sleep.
but the truth of the matter is that women have a social construct that the men have built that can shelter you from that, right? There's like thousands upon thousands of women's shelters. There's like one men's shelter.
Yeah.
Okay, so my point is, men are expected to be the the expendable, right? So if a man fucks up, he freaking doesn't make his money, he loses all his money, he loses his wife, he loses his kids, and he goes kills himself, self-deletes himself, no one cares, right? Whereas a woman, right, the state's gonna pay you money, gonna put you to child, services, right? They're gonna have low-income housing for you. If the man's still alive, he has to pay you money, right? Child support and all this type of stuff. I get it. It's not the life that's great.
Yeah.
But you still have social constructs in place that prevent you from literally falling on your face,
Yeah,
right?
but like women, you need to take your accountability. Like, just because a man tells you to, hey, you need to change, you need to lose some weight or whatever else, and you take that, like, you don't love me. He loves you. That's why he's trying to tell you. Like, if you're married, you're a couple, you got to be honest with each other, I heard things how, like, couples get mad and start, like, sleeping separate apart just because the husband said something like, oh, you should dress up a little bit. Oh, you should lose some weight, and then you guys take it to the point where, oh, he hates me, whatever. No, he doesn't hate you. Why can't your man tell you to work out? Why can't your man tell you to change certain ways? Why can't you tell your man to work on certain things? You guys, if you guys care about each other, there is nothing wrong to be open and honest with one another, to work it out. When you don't want to work it out, you think most marriage, even those people that are married for 60 years or 50 years don't have issues? They all had issues. We all have our up and downs.
Yeah, okay. Well,
but you know what? We work with it.
Yeah,
we work
so
on it.
Communication is very important. But,
and being honest.
I wanted to stick to the topic of the video, guys, which is your past, right? So like I said, men and women, we're going to be both judged on our past. The difference, ladies, is that your past, if it's unfortunately 304-ish, thottery, promiscuous, and stuff like that.
Or your prawn star, it isn't going to change.
Yeah.
It's not going to change.
What you guys have to realize is that just like a man's journey to become better, a woman's journey is to retain her value and make her values enhanced. Right?
Yep.
And that's the key is, once again, it comes down to the feminism. That's what I'm trying to say. 2022, we got to kill this freaking false ideology, right?
Yep.
This false God that you guys have all freaking worshipped and believed, right? Because you guys have freaking been fooled to believe that men and women are the same.
Yeah.
We are not the same. So you guys going through the struggle to get finances, you guys going through the struggle to become a boss babe and freaking have your own career and be independent, right? It doesn't enhance your values. Watch our old videos, guys. We made a whole video about what the women's values were and how, like, being a boss man, a boss babe,
you mean.
right? Well, like I said, trying to be a man in essence, having men's values, right, hurts all your scores, right? It's specifically your femininity score, right? Because all those are based on females' emotions, the nurturing, the loving, the caring, right? And then, of course, what that ends up happening, too, is it makes you lose your most important value, which was the whole basis of this video, which is your fidelity, right? You have a high body count. That will never, you can never erase that, right?
Don't try to pull that reborn virgin. I just want to laugh each time. Like, people, oh, my God, we're reborn virgins or reborn this. I'm like, no, you can't.
A Ferrari
you can't go by 0 miles.
Yeah, with Ferrari with 200,000 miles is still a Ferrari with 200,000 miles. You can never roll back the odometer.
No.
Right? It's always going to be there. It's always going to be recorded. That history is always going to be there. And that means its value is never going to be as high as it was.
Or we can say it just like you women say.
Guys,
okay.
think about it. Like, I love how, like, I can equate to cars in the automotive industry.
You say cars, I say purses, women. Okay? You buy a Louis Vuitton, brand new. Okay? You used it. It's still going to be considered used. If you took it out, you put something in it, it's used now. It's not brand new anymore.
Yeah, I say cars, though, guys, because of this.
I say expensive purse.
I say cars because of this. Think about an old car, right? Think about an old Ferrari. Think about an old collectible Ford Mustang or Camaro. If it has low mileage, meaning low body count, right? That's the equivalent. It will increase in value. It can go from freaking being only $10,000 back in 1960 to $500,000, $1 million now because it's that valued because of the low mileage. You are able to retain your value, enhance your value, and now be right in the key time when its value is at its peak highest.
True that.
So for a woman, to me, that's like, okay, you're 21 to 25, right? And you didn't freaking sleep around. You kept your body count as low as possible or possibly a virgin. And you worked on your femininity. You worked on your beauty. You worked on your fitness, right? You worked on being a good, like all the skills that make you a good housewife. You've just reached your highest peak value, right? And think about it, guys. Let's say you marry. I want to make this clear for women because there's a little a timeline. Women are like, well, why can't I be 32 and 33 or 35 and now I'm in better shape than I was when I was 21 because I didn't work out as much. I didn't know how to keep myself. My hair wasn't done as nice.
Well, we talked about our video. There's a timeline.
Let me finish.
Okay.
The key, ladies, is yes. At 31, 35, you will be higher value. Just like this old Ferrari I'm talking about. Or just like this old Mustang and Camaro about. But only to your husband. That is the key. That is the buyer, the purchaser of your market value that you're trying to sell to. So he got you at your best at 21 and 25. Now you've continued to enhance your value, right? So you kept working on your value. On top of that, you kept in shape. You worked out. You worked on your appearance. You worked on your hair because now you're wiser. You're more experienced in terms of how to keep yourself in better shape, right? Or better appearing or more feminine. And now you're 35, have 2 or 3 kids with him. And now you're like this trophy wife. So now you're this high value to your husband. But that's the key. It's to your husband, not to the sexual marketplace.
No.
Not to freaking every other man out there. Right? So that's what you need to understand is that to your sexual marketplace, you're at your peak at the 21 to 25 age. When you get better at the 30s, that was supposed to be for your man. That was supposed to be for your husband. Okay? Not to jump back into the streets. Okay, so anyways, that's what you guys need to realize. Yes, we will value you at that higher age, especially if you got better. But it's only your husband that will value that. Just like how I value my wife now because, yes, she does keep herself better. She does dress nicer. She does do her hair better than when we were younger because we're more experienced. I dress better when I was younger. That's the key. We're progressing as a human being, as a person. As a wiser person, you know better.
Okay, honey.
But the key is she's only valuable to me. Not
to my husband.
Not to the sexual marketplace, guys. Okay. So once again, guys, good value. Good video, right? Our past does matter. And so, ladies, 2022, make that change, right?
Right? Improve and learn.
Hear the truth. Don't be in your emotions.
No.
Right. Get the lies out there. Debunk it.
Get better.
Yeah.
Stay positive.
See you guys next
Bye.
time.